mit dem Kopf durch die Wand.
Ja, und damit herzlich willkommen zurück zu Stoneshard, wo wir den ersten Boss versuchen, zu killen, aber nicht wirklich weit kommen. Gut, die erste Phase hatten wir erreicht, die zweite Phase ist so lalala. Mit dem, was wir hier in der Hand haben, wird das sehr schwer. Ja, vermutlich ist es mir auch zu hoch. -1. Ich tausche die mal aus. Ich weiß, es ist nicht enchanted oder so, aber trotzdem. So, wir resten jetzt hier. Wir holen uns unsere 92 HP oder 93, ist auch egal. Und greifen nochmal hier an. Die Blutfallen können wir... Jo. So, noch 2.
The host have mercy. What a foul beast.
Ouch. Ah ja, das ist eine große Leiche, passt schon. Sie macht 80% okay. Passt schon. Jetzt ist es wieder auf 87%. Nee, nicht wahr. fuck. Ja. Aha! Pelalogus ist das.
That's a
Geil.
hell of a trip.
Varen, I have many questions. Now is not the time. We have the stone shard. Let's get out of here.
Okay, die laufen Turn für Turn für Turn für Turn. Let's go, Bro. Oh, Alter, endlich haben wir den gepackt. Das war mir wichtig. Okay.
All my belongings. My entire fortune. I'm ruined.
Alter, bist du bescheuert? Hauptsache du hast überlebt.
For the love of the host, Rinward, shut your mouth. Baron is dead. Luck is dead. So is Jorgen. And you cry over some old junk.
Daryl gefällt mir.
And it's all because of you, Baron. Did you think our lads would chicken out? You could have at least told me.
Ooh.
An easy job. Maybe some digging. You call a horde of cannibals an easy job? Are you out of your mind? Do you think I was lying to you? Gwynnel swore that the monastery had been deserted for decades. So you're saying that your Gwynnel set us up for certain death? I don't know. I hope not. It's some kind of mistake. This mistake cost half our men their lives. I know. I have many questions too. And believe me, once we are done with the contract, Gwynnel will answer each and every one of them. No, Varen. This is where we part. The caravan is no more. Rinward, Aruz, and I are going back to Bryn. After all these years, I've just saved your hides. All you did was save us from the trap you'd let us into. We always used to know where and what our jobs were. But once you started rubbing elbows with Gwynnel, there was no end to our misfortune. I want to know what Gwynnel is hiding, why he needs stone shards, and what these damn stone shards are to begin with.
Jo.
And yet, we don't have the slightest idea about anything, while you only care about money. But there is no paying death off. I'm done. You are free to go. But I am bound by the contract. I'll manage without you. Get lost.
The bitter beginning, okay. Osbrook. 1 week later.
So here I am. The caravan is gone. My leg is crippled. Half my men are dead, and the other half are deserters and traitors. The host be praised. At least I've got the stone shard. If I knew I had to deal with an entire cult of devil knows what, I'd think thrice before getting into the whole mess. I'm too old for an adventure like this. Ah, if only I could have a good talk with Gwynnel right now. I'd ask him what the hell is going on. I've been doing this for 30 years, but I've never found myself in such a tough spot. I need to get back to Bryn. I'm not up to going there by myself, so that's why I sent for you. Do you remember how I helped you out back then? Well, time to return the favor. Damn, it's been so long. Tell me, what have you been up to?
Oh, select character. Aha. War Varen jetzt also nur so ein Introductory Character? Okay, und die haben alle Create character, not available in beta. Noch nicht, okay. Strength, agility, perception, unique trait to each the round. Upon receiving an attack, Velmer is granted accuracy for 5 turns. And the attack is supplied with +3 damage. Okay. Taken, okay, very good. This affects stacks. Affinity, spears, ranged weapons, athletics, combat mastery, 200 axes, and 200 maces. In Skydia, the most grievous offenses must be paid for in blood. When Velmer learned about his brother's treacherous murder at the hands of a man known as Drazan, he abandoned his life as a seafaring merchant without hesitation to deliver this to himself. Wow. For a few years, Velmer had been patiently tracking down the murderer until eventually the chase brought them both to Aldor. Drazan attempted to lie low in one of the cities, but Velmer hunted him down nevertheless. The prey was swift and violent. Once the blood feud had been settled, Velmer realized that without vengeance he didn't have much purpose left in life. After long consideration, he decided to stay in Aldor and became a bounty hunter, so that he could continue chasing down fugitives and outlaws. Over and over, living the thrill of bringing villains to justice. Jorgrim, Riva, Berserker Frenzy. For each enemy killed, received 10% weapon damage and 15% crit efficiency for 10 turns. Also den zu chainen ist wichtig. Swords, Axes, Shields, Combat Mastery, Dual Wielding und Two-Hand Axes. Not so long ago, people of the northern borderlands put shaking their boots at the mere mention of Tyr the One-Eyed. Tyr the One-Eyed? Das ist jetzt Tyr the One-Eyed. Interessant, weil Tyr und Wodan waren ja interchangeable, bevor man sie in 2 Entitäten getroffen hat. Tyr war ja der höchste. Das hat man auch bei God of War dann gemerkt. Ne? Da hat das schon schön in die Geschichte verarbeitet. Das finde ich cool. Mal sehen, wie God of War dann sein wird. Aber egal, weiter. Tyr, legendary leader of the Fjord Brigand. Tyr's gang was infamous for their audacious raids. Even the well-armed troops of the local lords couldn't keep up with the dwarves' attacks. Jorgrim was one of those brigands. He didn't join them for the love of carnage, but rather because most citizens of Fjord can't imagine a different fate for themselves. Truth to be told, for a merciless cutthroat, Jorgrim was way too soft-hearted and honorable. When Tyr the One-Eyed started committing untold cruelties and captured settlements, Jorgrim, who always had to believe that violence against the defenses is unbecoming of a true warrior, grew resentful of the gang leader and his needless brutality. It's unknown when and how Tyr crossed the final line, but one day Jorgrim ran out of patience, and after a short duel, the ringleader's scalp ended up among his trophies. Left without guidance, the gang fell apart. Some dwarves returned to Fjall, while Jorgrim decided to head south and try his luck as a mercenary. Maiden, I have a 30 per maiden, which I turned to. Wow, the feat. For each enemy within your mission, vision, receive -5 cooldown duration, -5 ability and nature cost, and 2 of damage taken. Okay. So also mein Tank. Swords, maces, 200 swords, shields, combat mastery, 200 maces. Few noble houses of Aldor can boast a history as impressive as that of the House of Vern. But law, the title of a knight can only be passed down to a man, so it's not hard to imagine the chagrin of Anna's father when after years of fruitless attempts, his long-awaited heir turned out to be a girl. To save his house, Anna's father decided to invoke a half-forgotten custom of the Fern foothills. Anna was to be raised as a boy. Her entire childhood and youth were dedicated to rigorous training and then serving as a page to one of the noble families. When she reached adulthood, Anna was knighted and even participated in a few tournaments. Alas, even though her martial ability showed promise, Anna never learned how to properly plot and intrigue, which is a vital skill to any Aldorian noble. Soon after her father's death, Anna lost her fief title and inheritance to her enemy's schemes. The House of the Vern ceased to exist. Shaken by these events, Arna gave an oath to redeem herself by a heroic deed and embarked on an endless journey into the lands of Aldor. Der Wood. Unique eye, sharp eye, unique trait, sharp eye. The first time enemy enters your vision, they are applied with -% dodge chance and +1 damage taken for 10 turns. Okay. Vitality, perception, agility. Ooh, Digger staff's range weapons, access, athletics, 200 access. Derwin spent most of his life in loyal service to the late king, relentlessly patrolling the hunting grounds of his majesty. He started out as a regular forester, but over the years Derwin earned the monarch's high trust, thus becoming one of the first royal rangers. And even though they didn't exist for too long, the rangers proved themselves as stalwart protectors of the royal woods. After King Edbard's death, the unit refused to obey the council's orders and was soon disbanded. Upon failing to persuade his reformed brothers in arms to stick together, Derwin headed into the woods. Until recently, he'd been living a hermit far from the chaos of war. Only occasionally visiting nearby villages to sell off his trophies and assist peasants with their hunting endeavors. Derwin hört sich cool an. Yeah. Joanna, runaway sorceress. Joanna, runaway sorceress. Unique trait, arcane lore. Each turn spell or magic passive grants 1.5 magic power. Pyromancy, Geomancy, Daggers, Staffs, Athletics und Dual Wielding. Aber gibt es denn noch welche, die man da freischalten kann? Weil diese ganzen Psychic-Dinger und sowas gibt es nicht. Ja, Geomancy und Pyromancy, Magma-Mancy, Alter. So ein Spiel wollte ich ja auch eigentlich mal so sehen, so, das wäre mein Traumspiel. Die Elemente dann, es gibt dann die Elemente, die du verbindest und dann noch die Shapes sozusagen, dass du zum Beispiel Flügel machst und dann aus Erde und dann mit Magma fliegst oder so mit Feuer oder so, aber egal. Kann ich jetzt nicht lernen. Also die Kombination und wie man es benutzt. Story. Since ancient times, Eldorians held a belief that women and magic don't go well together and can only be bode ill. Lectors of the Mayan Academy fully shared this prejudice, barely ever accepting women for magic training. Char, however, was an exception. One of the instructors noticed her potential and thirst for knowledge, so he gave the daughter of a small-time blacksmith a chance. Unfortunately, Jonna had never finished her training. Her mentor's full temper and grabby hands wasn't something Jonna planned to put up with. When one morning his charred remains were found on the lecture's hall's floor, Jonna was already a few hours away from the academy. She loathed riding south on a stone horse. If it weren't for the war breaking out, Jonna would likely get caught and burned at the stake. But the chaos of the strife allowed her to disappear by joining the mercenary band. Ja, mal sehen, ich weiß nicht, wie ich mir aussuche. Mene, Mo. Mal sehen, ich glaube, ich Jonna. Aber das sehen wir in der nächsten Folge, werte Freunde. Bis da, macht's gut. Haut's da rein. Bis denn.